It is okay to feel some sadness and grief. It is okay to be burnt out from time to time. It is okay to even feel some level of stress and anxiety. It is not okay to live there, to diagnose yourself and to manifest it further and make it part of your identity. It is absolutely not acceptable for you to live a life of mediocrity by self-diagnosing, self-manufacturing, and looking for evidence in the world that you have anxiety and depression.
It's okay to have struggles. It's okay to have bad things happen. That happens to everybody. But what's not okay is for you to think that there is something fundamentally wrong with you because someone on the internet has told you so. All right? When we start accepting the fact that we are a victim, we start to create this identity based around the sad stories that have happened to us. And then we talk about how we're trying to overcome this thing. We're trying to move on from this thing. We're trying to move past this thing. And all the while, the more we talk about this thing, the more we identify ourselves as being a victim of this thing, the less capable we are of taking control of our life and actually moving forward.
I want you to understand that it is a purpose-driven man. A purpose-driven man does not suffer from depression or anxiety because there is no room in their life for the devil to come and play. There's no space or time when a man is driven by purpose and duty. But you must step out of that comfort zone. You have to put yourself on the line. You have to be willing to lean into the walls of your comfort zone so that the discomfort will continue to build and fortify you mentally, emotionally, and physically. So many people out there gossip, spread rumors, waste time talking about shit that has nothing to do with their own personal development into the highest level version of themselves. Just mind your own fucking business. Just because people are gossiping and spreading rumors and talking about shit that's irrelevant to your personal growth does not mean that you should be involved in it. You can easily walk away. But I don't want to be rude, Bedros. Listen, one of the greatest things I've heard Tony Robbins say is watch what the masses are doing and then do the opposite.
Are you controlling the things that you are capable of controlling? And I'm going to bet that the answer is no. Okay, because if you were to control the things that you can actually control, you would have far less chaos in your life. You have far more that you can control than you cannot control in your life. All right? If you find yourself in a place of zero momentum, you're dead in the water, your life is chaos, you're full of anxiety, realize that you can create the momentum, and it's very simple. You go back to point number one, where you control the things that you can control, and you push through day after day after day after day when it's extremely hard, when it's extremely frustrating, when it's extremely, uncomfortable for you to do, and you get to a point where it starts to become more comfortable. And this is where the momentum starts to take over. Okay, so when you do the things that you know you're supposed to do, that you do not feel like doing, and you force yourself to do them for just a few days. We're not talking about for 100 days. We're talking about for like 5, 6, maybe 10 days, okay? By forcing yourself, what you do is you actually create the momentum in your life, and then your life becomes that much easier. And this anxious feeling, this chaotic feeling, this feeling of not knowing what's gonna happen or waiting for the next bad thing to happen, that all goes away because you've now manufactured the momentum. And
because you have anxiety and depression, because you are incongruent with the man that you know you are meant to be. And it is consciousness that's knocking on your door in the form of anxiety and depression, in the form of sadness and loneliness, in the form of shame and guilt, knocking on your door and saying, dude, I know you're meant for more. Dude, I know you can become the man who can impact and influence and make the income. But there is work to be done, and you constantly choose pleasure and desire over purpose and duty. They say comparison is the thief of joy. It is absolutely true. You should only compare yourself to the version that you were yesterday and become that much better today. You see, because the ultimate mindset requires you to do the work even when you're tired, to do the work even when you didn't sleep well, to do the work even when you are sick.
Just start small. Start with changing tomorrow morning, just tomorrow morning. Get that squared away. And then move on to the next day and the next, and move your life to a better place. One little step. One little victory at a time.
He said, people think that you should be weak and you should be docile and then you should be a pacifist. He goes, no, you should be a monster. He said you should be a monster, you should be ruthlessly ambitious, and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.